Hello and welcome to the Concur video tutorial series. Today we're going to be talking about updating your SOAPF or project information on your request header. We're going to get started by going to the My UMB portal page and opening Concur either through the widget here or under Administrative Systems here. You will be required to sign in through single sign-on if you haven't already, but then after you do that, it will take you to the Concur landing page. From the landing page, you can go up to the requests icon here, or to authorization requests here to get to your requests page. Once you're in the requests area, you can see any open requests that you have. And if you want to update, you can select them. Or if you want to create a new request, you can create one here. I'll be updating a request in this video today. So I'm going to click on this one to bring it up. After I open the request, I'm going to navigate into the request header by either clicking the request name up here or going to request details and then edit request header here. Once I'm in the request header, you can see that I filled in all of this information. I'm going to scroll down to the project SOAPF information. On the request header, when you update the project SOAPF information here, it will filter down, or it will go down into all of the request expense items, all the expense items that you have listed on your request. You can allocate the expense items to different SOAPFs or projects on your request than is what is listed on your header. But you do not have to. The org field here in your project SOAPF field is what will drive the cost center approver. So whoever the cost center approver is for this org will be receiving this request to review and approve. When you go to create your expense report from your fully approved request after your trip, this field, this project SOAPF field will also come into your expense report. Again, you can make updates at that time to your expense items if you need to charge multiple projects or different SOAPFs, but this information will fill all the way down, or will fill in all the way down to your expense report items. So it's important to get it correct up front. When you first created travel requests, you will notice that the project or the SOAPF information that fills in will use a 555-555-55 purpose. It's called the travel clearing account. And every employee has their own travel clearing account based off of the PCA, the payroll clearing account that is used for that employee. So when a request is created, this information should be updated to not use the travel clearing account. If you're trying to enter a project information, you click into the project SOAPF box, and there is a tooltip here to help. And you can enter your project number. So if I have a project number that starts with 1000, I can then select it. If I'm searching for a project name, what I can do is I can click this filter, select text instead of code, it defaults to code, and then fill in my project name. If I it'll bring up everything that starts with A and then select my project that way. When you select a project or enter SOAPF information, you will notice that the rest of the fields clear. With a project, each project is tied to only one SOAPF, so you can go ahead and select the other parameters that are available simply by clicking into each box and selecting the value that's available. If your project does have cost share, you will see a 285 cost share source there. But otherwise, you'll only see one value for each. If you're entering SOAPF information, instead of entering the project name or project number, you simply enter SOAPF here, and then you can scroll down and select the SOAPF value. And then you'll need to key in your org and the rest of the fields. These fields are connected, so anytime you enter an org, you will only see the activities associated with that org. Anytime you enter an activity in an org, you will only see the purposes associated with that org and activity, and so on and so forth. So it will narrow down your choices as you go on, hopefully making it easier to choose. After you select all of the fields, you can hit save, and it will update all of the expenses. You can select it to say, yes, I want to copy it down to all my expenses and allocations on this request, or I can say do not copy. So if I need to make a change on the header, but I don't want it to copy down, I can say do not copy. And that is how you update your SOAPF information on your request header. Thank you.